Hi everyone, this is teacher Sandra. So in this video, we'll be going through Chun P6 CA1 2020 section B. So in this section, the calculator is allowed. So let's look at question 18. Amin mixed 2.05 liters of orange juice with 3/5 liters of lemon juice, and we're trying to find the total volume of the mixture in milliliters. So then definitely this is the first thing we got to do. 2.05 liters we convert to milliliters. We multiply by 1000. So this will give us 2050 milliliters. And 3/5 liters, if we convert, we have to multiply by 1000 this way. Fractions cross cancellation, divided by 5. Divided by 5, we get 600 milliliters. So the total would be 2050 plus 600, which is 2650 milliliters. That will be the answer. Question 19, 5 kilograms of sugar is distributed equally into 16 small bags, and we're trying to find the mass of sugar in each bag and round our answer to 2 decimal places. So they want it in kg. If you notice the answer blank here, they want it in kilograms. So let's keep it as 5 kg divided by 16. So we can use the calculator. So 5 divided by 16 gives us 0.3125. And if we round off to 2 decimal places, this is the second decimal places. I will check the third. So 2 is less than 5, meaning 1 will remain. So this is 0.31 kg. That's the answer. Question 20, Nora spent 70% on the bag of her money on the bag and 3/8 of the remainder on a purse. We're trying to find the percentage of her money that she spent on the purse. So this is Nora's money, out of which 70% was spent on the bag. This is the remainder, which is 30%. So out of the remainder, she spent 3/8 of it on the purse. So the remainder we bring down, and they're referring to it as 8 parts. 3/8 of the remainder. So 3 out of 8, meaning 1, 2, 3, these 3 parts were spent on the purse. And we're trying to find what percentage of her money was this. So in order to find that, we just need to take 3/8 of the remainder. Of is times the remainder, which happens to be 30% of her money. So if we do this, we get 90 out of 8. And if I press the calculator, I will get 11.25%. Question 21. J had K dollars, Richard had 2K minus $17, and Mary had 3 times as much as J. They put all their money together to buy a gift. So what was the price of the gift? J had K. Okay, I'm not going to write the dollars, just K. Richard, 2K minus 17. Mary, 3 times of J, meaning K times 3, which is 3K. So then if all of them put their money together means I add everybody. So that is K plus 2K minus 17 plus 3K. And I can cut. And let me deal with the k's first. So k plus 2k plus 3k. In total, we have 6k. Then the numeral is minus 17. So this is the answer for part A. The price of the gift, $6k minus 17. Then part B, the price of the gift was $127. We're trying to find Richard's money at first. So now we're going to have to equate this. That means we know that 6k minus 17, the cost of the gift, is equal to $127. So then we know that 6k would be 127 plus 17. 127 plus 17 is 144. So we need to find k, would be 144 divided by 6, which is 24. So if k is 24, we're trying to find Richard. Richard is 2k minus 17. So Richard at first would be 2 times 24 minus 17, which is 48 minus 17, which is 31. So part B, Richard has $31 at first. Question 22. Mr. Chan decreased the amount of household allowance given to Mrs. Chan by 24% in June. So decreased by 24% in June. As a result, allowance in June was $1,748. And we're trying to find the original household allowance given to Mrs. Chan. Okay, so the original will be 100%. Then in June, it decreased by 24%. So 100 minus 24 is 76%. So as a result, the allowance in June was 1748, which means that 76% is 1748. So we just need to find out 1% by dividing. So 1% is $23, and the original 100% will be $2,300. So the answer for part A would be $2,300. Part B. So now we're talking about the allowance, Mrs. Chan's allowance. So with the allowance of $1,748, Mrs. Chan spent 60%, and she gave part of the remainder to the daughter. Okay, and the allowance for the daughter dropped by 15% from $160. This is what happened in June, yeah? So how much of the allowance had Mrs. Chan left in June? So, okay, let's find out how much she spent first, okay? So she spent 60% of the allowance in June. So 60% of the allowance, press the calculator. She spent $1,048.80 in June. So she was left with $1,748 minus $1,048.80. she was left with $699.20. And with this remainder, she gave part to her daughter. So we need to find out how much was given to the daughter. So the daughter's allowance originally would be $160. But in June, it dropped by 15%. So if the daughter's allowance dropped by 15%, meaning she received 85% of her original allowance. Okay, so now we're going to find out the daughter in June would be 85% of her original allowance of $160. Which is $136. So remember Mrs. Chan's allowance, she was left with $699.20, and in June the daughter received $136 as her allowance. So in order to find the leftover, be $699.20 minus $136, which gives us $563.20. This is the answer for B. Mrs. Chan had 563.20 left in June. Question 23. So fractions question. First thing we got to check if the fractions are referring to the same whole. This one says she used 1/5 of her money and 5/12 of the remaining money. So one is her money, the other one is the remainder, which obviously tells us that the two fractions are not referring to the same whole. Alright, therefore we cannot change to the same denominator. I will draw it out instead. So 1 out of 5 was what she spent to buy the pair of shoes. Okay, and everything is $480. Okay, so then the remainder would be the 4 units here, which they are now referring to as 12. So I can actually cut it up. Let me cut them up into 3 units each. So I get 12. Don't forget to cut the first unit as well. So 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This was used to buy the purse. So we're trying to find her leftover, which is here. So what we need to do is just to take 480 divided by, we have a total of now 15 units. So 32 is 1 unit. Leftover we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 units left. So 7 times 32 is $224. That's the answer. Hui Ling had $224 left. Another way you can do this is to work out her money. How much did she spend on the pair of shoes? 1/5 of her money. So 1 out of 5 times 480. Shoes $96. So with that, what is her remainder? 480 minus 96. The remainder is $384. Now, then we can find the purse, which is 512 off times the remainder, which is 384. The purse costs $160. Therefore, the leftover would be the remainder minus the purse, which is also $224. So question 24. This is a rate question. So there are two tabs, G and H. 18 minutes to fill the tank. That's for G alone. And 12 minutes to fill the tank. That's tab H alone. So part A is asking, with only tab H turned on, what fraction of the tank will be filled in 1 minute? So now H takes 12 minutes to fill up the tank. So therefore, in 1 minute, 1/12 of the tank will be filled. That's the answer for part A, 1/12. Part B, starting with an empty tank, how long does it take for both tabs together to fill up half of the tank? Alright, so now we know that in 1 minute, H fills up 1/12 of the tank. Now in 1 minute, for G, would be 1/18 of the tank. The question wants us to find out together, right? So in 1 minute, for both H plus G, they would fill up 1/12 plus 1/18 of the tank, which I change the denominator to 36. They fill up 5 out of 36 of the tank. They want us to fill up half. So let me change half to the same denominator. That will be 18 out of 36. So now 5 out of 36 of the tank takes them 1 minute. So 1 out of 36 of the tank. So from 536 to get 136, I divide by 5. I do the same to the right. I divide by 5. So 1 out of 36 of the tank takes them 1/5 of a minute. So from this point, from 1 out of 36, we're trying to find half the tank, which is 18 out of 36. So what we need to do, so multiply by 18 on the left, and do the same, multiply by 18 on the right, which will be 1 out of 5 times 18 out of 1, which gives us 18 out of 5, which is 3 and 3/5. So the answer for part B, how long it takes, it will be 3 and 3/5 minutes. For question 25, this is a sets concept question. So Kumar bought some of the plants. Plant E are sold 3 for $50. Plant F are sold 4 for $62. And Kumar bought an equal number of both E and F. And he spent $182 less on F than on E. Question wants us to find how much did he spend on buying plant F. Now the crucial information here is that he bought an equal number of both plants. So E and F, E sold 3 for $50, F 4 for $62. Equal number, we need to make the quantity the same. So what's the lowest common multiple of 3 and 4? That would be 12. So meaning 4 sets of 3. And for this plant F would be 3 sets of 4. So this would be 12 for $200, and this is 12 for $186. Now, this is the set. This is one set where he has equal quantity of both E and F. The next piece of information is that the question tells us the difference in the amount spent. Now let's find the difference in a set. The difference in a set would be $200 minus $186. This and this, which gives us $14. So the difference in one set is $14. So he bought multiple sets of this. We don't know how many sets, but we know that he bought multiple sets of this until the difference in total is $182. So therefore, in order to find the number of sets, we take the difference in total, which is $182, divided by the difference in one set, which is $14. And we get 182 divided by 14 is 13. We get 13 sets. So let's go back to the question. They're asking us how much did Kumar spend on F. So for F, one set, he spent $186. So total spent on F would be $186 times 13 sets, which is $2,418. That's all. So that's the end of this Patreon CA1 paper. So I wish you all the best in your CA1 preparations.